Hello ladies and gentlemen, Nick here and welcome to my review of the Shada animated edition DVD and standard Blu-ray. I've already done the animated Blu-ray, the Blu-ray Steelbook, and I may at some point do a Legacy Collection review at some point, perhaps, so you can get a sense of that 2013's original release with that. And the reason I'm calling it the animated edition is because we got the animated edition of the story in here, as well as the fact that it's not called the special edition of Shada. Bit like how the Five Doctors 25th Anniversary Edition is the 25th Anniversary Edition of that, because the original release was called Special Edition as opposed to the Five Doctors. Here we just got Shada again, so we've got two versions of Shada. So this one's nicknamed the Animated Edition. At least for DVD. On Blu-ray it's just Shada. But it works to call it the Animated Edition as well, just in case. So we got a nice cover, by the way. This is how it is normally on the DVD, and this is the double-sided one for the Blu-ray, because it's like a normal DVD there, but smaller on Blu-ray. We can swap them around in a bit, but they look some really good. Fun fact: this is the fourth classic Doctor Who story to be released on Blu-ray. Besides Pyramids of Mars as an extra on the Sarah Jane Adventures, the other ones are Spearhead from Space, the TV movie, and The Power of the Daleks. Mind you, that story is completely animated, as opposed to the other ones, which are live action or partly animated. In this one's case, live action and partly animated. The TV movie and series 1 to 4 and the next Doctor were upscaled to be in HD. Spearhead was already in HD, and Shada, I would say, the live action bits were upscaled to join its HD animation, and Power of the Daleks would presumably have the HD animation. You can't get a standard version release of Power of the Daleks, it's Steelbook only. I don't think you can get a Steelbook of the movie, but you can get one of Spearhead. Although that is a trickier one to get than the Shada one. Let's do the DVD first. So it's pretty much your standard Doctor Who DVD, although with later releases they seem to be having this full-on picture as opposed to the classic style one. That's happened with Enemy of the World, The Web of Fear back in 2013 and 14 respectively, The Power of the Daleks in 2016, this last year in 2017, and the new upcoming The Enemy of the World Special Edition DVD this year. Well, that's upcoming at time of release. At time of filming, at time of release, it may already be out, because it comes out on Monday the 26th. Woohoo! Certainly be hoping to get that for an Easter or birthday present. But yeah, you've got this kind of a full-on cover here, and then if we swap sides, got the nice classic silvery grey case with the discs inside, and there's the little booklet, which is Blu-ray sized. Yeah, Power of the Daleks was DVD size, but they put a different cover onto its Blu-ray one. And then here you go. This is side 2, which is since 2009-10 when they started putting the new BBC logo, the 2009 BBC logo onto the classic DVDs. They've been releasing them with double-sided covers, so you have the versions with the previous logo on it from 1997. On the Blu-rays, they just have it as the plain main cover and then swap around the classic DVD style, and that's in the 2009 Blu-ray style. So you've got, this is basically that, the 2009 style Shada, featuring 2 Entertain. It's still on there, even though they pretty much stopped calling themselves 2 Entertain for Doctor Who releases in 2012 after the Nightmare of Eden. But yeah, it's pretty much similar, apart from the fact that it's some of the older ones, they had the white bit at the bottom used to be there, or at least for some of them, but for this case it's completely grey. When they did really have about 2011ish, they went completely grey instead of having the white bit at the bottom, which I can show you here with the 2013 Shada DVD. They used to have this white bit at the bottom that would be on them, and that would be on both sides of from 2009 to 10-11, but sometime in 2011 onwards they just went completely grey for side 1 for some reason. And obviously this is completely grey as well. But yeah, nice covers. This version of this cover and also this version of the Blu-ray cover don't feature the Krog. That's a little bit disappointing, but they obviously, when they, with the Blu-ray ones or the full-on covers, they have to chop off some bits nearer to the top so they can have the big the grey roundels in it. If we just turn this back round to feature that, guys, that is a pretty nice cover. It's just a shame we don't have this bit, but oh well. As for the discs, they're a very nice use of the cover with the Dr. Romana Canine and the Krog and the Spear on disc 1, and disc 2 has the and it's in the title sequence background. Disc 2 does the same, but with the TARDIS, and this is the same for the Blu-ray and the Blu-ray Steelbook, with the Blu-ray Steelbook having a third extra disc. But we'll get round to it. But basically, the extras and booklet and the story are pretty much the same. It's only apart from the fact that they've lost 2 extras. Okay, looking at the Shada Blu-ray now. This is the side I put it on. This isn't how it came, like the side 1 of the DVD. That's the side 1 is the one I kept on because I like it with the new BBC logo on it. This one, with the Blu-rays, I like it being similar to that to Classic Who. I prefer that one than DVDs as well, but they show the wrong logo. I know a lot of people prefer those logos, but it's the wrong one for time of release, and that's why I usually stick it to that one. Also, apart from Shada, they don't seem to keep the certifications on the spine, which they started doing putting back on in 2012. When after 2010's logo was removed, they started putting the certifications back on the spines. They had done this for a bit when the old the 1989 certifications, 85-89 certifications, were on the spines of some of the DVDs. That's from 1999 to 2002, but about 2003, once the certifications had changed to become the 2002 ones, then they stopped being on the spines of individual classic release DVDs and also the individual volume ones, most of them, of the new series, until 2012, when they were added back on to onto the spines of classic and new Who individual releases, box sets and complete series. They would have them, but for the individual releases, they would not be on the. There were, apart from 2 Irish ones on Colony in Space and Day of the Daleks is ones, but besides those, it was no British ones between 2003 and April 2012. Dragonfire and Happiness Patrols were the first ones to have them after it's for about 10 years for individual releases at least. So yeah, it's pretty much the same here. Here's the booklets, fits in with the size, discs. If I just show you the cover, it is a good cover. Just like I said, I do prefer it the other round. Sorry about this. So that's how it is. Very similar, in fact, the same to the DVD. The spine, it does have, however, the spine is a little bit different, mind you. Such as the Doctor Who logo is actually the one you have on the front rather than the side. And also the picture is that of the cover as opposed to a Doctor's face. That, on the other, when they swap it round to the side, that does look like a classic cover. Then it does look a bit different, as does the back. It's a little bit of, like I say, it's a bit of a difference. And there's the front cover. It actually looks better. Some of the stuff does look better like this, but like I said, I do like it swapped around to the other side. I will say the certifications are positioned better on the front of that than they are here, as is the disc thing. Mind you, I don't like it when it's UK certification underneath the Irish one. I just find the Irish one above the UK one. I don't know if that fits. It's not so bad with when they're the exact same, like PG, 12, 15, 18, but not completely comfortable with UK ones underneath the Irish ones, especially if it's a UK release. And if it's UG, in UK UG Ireland, and you have the G above the U, it's a bit awkward. So I'm used to going UG as opposed to GU. I don't know if, and whilst that would be better alphabetically, in terms of release in the UK, a UG would be better as opposed to a GU, which would work better in Ireland. So with Irish releases, Ireland one going above the UK one, that would work. But for UK, the UK one should go above, and that's why I'm not exactly fond of the UK release certification going underneath the Irish one, unless the space was very tight. But if they can fit both certifications on the spine, then they can be swapped around if one's underneath the other, and it needs to be the other way around. At least my opinion. As for the cover, I like the UK on the right. However, I like them on the right. However, position, I do think the UK one on the left of the Blu-ray actually works better than on the right of the DVD. Maybe it's because the DVD video logo is underneath it. The Steelbook does do what the DVD does, but that actually works, I suppose, because the DVD video logo isn't there, and the 2-disc set it moved over to the left, as opposed to the right, which is what it's on the stand. It's kind of a double-edged sword. It depends on the personal preference. So it's better than the stacked versions that we get here. Yeah, I can understand why they wouldn't put one over near the circle, but surely you have a tiny little space just there, just right there, or up here to do it. You could get away with it, and it's the same on the other side of the Blu-ray. Maybe it'd be better if it wasn't. Maybe it'd be better if the 2-disc logo was on that side, or the DVD video logo was on this side. With this one, it doesn't have the Blu-ray disc logo on it because it's on the case. Although I do like the idea of having the Blu-ray logo on here as if they were to put it on. Oh, that would be a good idea. And there's the classic Who style cover back on. For the Blu-rays, they make their text on the spines, both sides. Well, definitely on the classic Who side, smaller for some reason. And yeah, there's the stacked one. So the 2-disc set is underneath the UK really PG instead of above the Irish one. So, pretty much concerning the rest of the DVD Blu-ray, so the content is 9, the extras are 9, even without the VHS linking material and the webcast. They're still 9s, they're pretty great extras. And the booklet is an 8, so that is 18 plus 8. You're going to shout this out, aren't you? 26. Now for the covers. Well, once again, the covers look brilliant. Both sides look really good. So I'm going to go with a 9 out of 10 on both of them as well. So they're pretty much 35 out of 40 as well. So they're all great releases. These are all great releases. I would say get the Steelbook if you have Blu-ray and you want to have the linking material and the webcast as well. Because if you get this, then you're going to miss out. Or get this. Same with this. Get it. But if you want linking material and webcast, you get this as well. So maybe either get these together if you've got Blu-ray, or just disc. And this is also for completion, and you can get both for completion as well. I've got all of them for completion. All of the DVDs and Blu-rays for completion. Not the VHS, but if I did, I would get that. If it was cheap enough, I would probably get it from a shop. And it's got a nice little book with it, apparently, so that's nice. Also, that's rated U, that VHS. The original story was rated U, so I am not sure if the VHS linking material version is rated U. The disc it's on the Shada Blu-ray is PG. And it's a PG on the Legacy box on DVD as well. Maybe that's due to extras, it doesn't say. Maybe, or a reclassification, perhaps. The animated edition probably is rated PG, so they probably it's a little bit different. A bit like with the Day of the Daleks. Day of the Daleks, the disc 1 is rated PG, but on the back it says the certification for disc 1 is higher than. Is due to extras being rated higher than the episodes, and it's actually a U. It's a U-rated story. Probably also G in Ireland, but not certain. And disc 2, on the other hand, is not correct. It does not say that disc 2 has had its certification raised from U to PG. So the 2011 special edition of Day of the Daleks is a PG. Whilst the original 1972 is a U version is a U, but extras on the disc raised that disc to be a PG as well. So I think the same is I don't know if the same is in Ireland or if it's due to extras. With Seeds of Doom, Ireland's certification on disc 1 is a G, but disc 2 is a PG, and disc 2 is the extras. Both discs are PG in the UK, but that's due to the menus of all things. Menus. Oh, well, yeah, Seeds of Doom's a U. Yeah, Seeds of Doom is a U, and it has a scene almost that reminds me of the film License to Kill, which is a 15. And it almost got an 18, actually. Yeah, someone gets grinded in a weed grinder machine. It's very similar to a scene in License to Kill where someone gets crunched up in a crusher with blades and stuff. You know, like metal triangles coming out to metal. No, not triangles, cones, and they're whizzing around on a spinny thing. Yes. So something like that in Doctor Who, that was shown, not too graphic, but there wasn't any blood, but it was still shown. That story is a U rated in 2010, and a film very similar, that does a very similar thing, but does have a little bit, it has a little bit of blood, but still. The film is but License to Kill was a 15 in 2006. So, yeah, of course there are other things in License to Kill to make it a 15, but Seeds of Doom, I think that should have been a PG, and I think it's probably a good thing that the extras, well, the menus really, have that rating there. However, Ireland's G rating is on disc 1, so it's not a completely. It is a little bit of a flawed system, but not completely wrong. So, my guess is either the 1992 VHS version that was released on DVD in 2013 and is on disc 3 of the Steelbook. That's either a U, but there's extras such as the webcast that were rated PG. And that makes those discs PG, and that, in the case of the 2013 one, that's DVD PG. However, in 2013, it was raised to PG when it came to DVD, as opposed to staying U like on VHS. The animated edition, on the other hand, is PG, as is the extras included on disc 2 of all threes, and also on the prehistories, and also the webcast. So that's it from my Shada animated edition DVD and Blu-ray review, and basically a Shada DVD and Blu-ray collection. Yeah, and I got this not too long ago. I got this about, it's the 23rd, just over 2 weeks on the 7th of March, despite picking up the DVD on Boxing Day with some Christmas money. This was just some money I got back from my Berlin trip. I got extra. No, it wasn't. It was one I didn't use. Some I didn't use at Heathrow Airport. But I did get some money back from the trip as exchange. Exchange back. So, but yeah, I got that earlier this month. If it's still March, or early in March, if it's April now. I got that on Boxing Day. I got from Sainsbury's. That's one was from CEX. Got this from as a Christmas present on Amazon. So a day before I got the DVD, and of course the Legacy box. I either got it from Forbidden Planet or as a present for a birthday or Christmas. I think it was Forbidden Planet, and by sheer coincidence, Cambridge. My local Forbidden Planet is Cambridge. I say local, nearest besides London. In fact, it might even be nearer to me. Cambridge might be nearer to me than London's one. But I'm not certain. Maybe not. It's certainly the easiest to get to. So I might have gotten this in Cambridge. I might not have. But well, guess where Shada's set? Well, at least on Earth, the Earth bits, Cambridge. So yeah, it's actually a city I know pretty well, thanks to Forbidden Planet and other things. So I think I probably got it there at some point sometime after 2013. I was very excited about the set coming out when we went on a school trip there at the end of 2012. So I've certainly got it sometime after its release in 2013. It was either 2013 or 2014. And yeah, so yeah, that was nice. So yeah, even though I got that, I wanted the Steelbook Blu-ray and the DVD for completionist. And then I noticed that the standard Blu-ray was at CX, and for a short while it was kind of nagging at me to get it as well, to make a complete collection. Even though I had the Steelbook and the DVD. But it's just because I had the Spearhead and the TV movie standard Blu-rays as well. It just nagged me a little bit, so when I got the money, I decided to get it. So, yeah. So, despite having it on DVD twice and now Blu-ray twice, yeah, I just can't get enough of this story, especially the new 2017 animated edition. And, like I said, I would get the VHS version if I could. Even if I wouldn't be able to watch it. Well, I probably would if I took it to Nanny's. But other than that, it's probably just be there for collection-wise. Anyway, that's it from me. Thank you for watching this, and I'll see you guys next time. Don't forget to click below to subscribe to the official Nicholas Payne YouTube channel.